Okay, well, I don't know what the fudge happened. Have to say fudge because it's the first 10 seconds. But I'm going to say good morning once again to you guys. How's it going, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds? Was really enthusiastic and had a great start to this one, and then for whatever reason the video cut out and did not save, and now I am just annoyed once again. You get the annoyed me. Sorry guys. We did rip one pack of Dollarama Draws of Destiny! And got about halfway through the pack before I realized that the video had cut out for whatever mother effing reason. So I will keep an eye on it this time and see if it cuts out again, and if it does, I'm going to kick this phone's butt. No, I'm just kidding. I love my phone, actually. I really don't know what the hell's been going on lately with my recording stuff, though. It's been really irritating me the last week or so. But thank you for hanging in there with me, and thank you to all the new people who have been joining. I appreciate all you guys. So, I'm just going to go through what we went through so far, and then we'll see what we got after that. So, we got through the first 7 cards, but I'll show you the first 6, and then I'll show you the 7th one, because I don't know what's after it, and I don't want to pull. Reaping the Rewards was the coolest card I think we've pulled so far in this pack. It's an old school card, 98. And buy back, sacrifice the land, you gain 2 life at instant speed. Pretty cool card, I think. Rakdos Shred Freak was kind of neat. 2-1 with haste. I like the artwork on that one. And Makeshift Munitions, great enchantment if you want to sacrifice stuff. There's our first grade of the day. Hadn't done that in the last one, of course. I got really interested about the fact that Terrapact Intimidator was in here because it is actually from the new space set. So the space set has already hit the Dollarama packs, which is interesting. We pulled another Pacifism for Snoop. Snoop loves his pacifism. I like the artwork on this one, I think, a lot better than the one we pulled the last week. I can't remember what the exact artwork was last week, but I kind of like this one. And Arbor Armament, 1+1/+1 counter and reach until end of turn for 1 green. That's pretty decent. And then we got into here, and I don't know why, but Fiery Justice killed this phone. 1 red, 1 green, 1 white. Deals 5 damage, divided as you choose among any number of targets. And then target opponent gains 5 life. So in theory, you could do 5 damage to a person and give them 5 life, but why would you want to? I'm not really super fond of that card, but it's interesting. Pacification Array. 1 colorless, pay 2, tap target artifact or creature. Interesting. That's actually kind of neat. I don't like the fact that it costs 2 to do it, but it's not bad. We actually pulled a rare there and now an uncommon. That's pretty good for this pack. Glaring Aegis. 1 white enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. An enchanted creature gets +1/+3. I mean, I do like cards that give bigger butts, that's for sure, but I kind of wish that this thing also gave you something like Reach or Vigilance, but oh well. Apothecary Geist, we've pulled him a few times, he's okay. Not a Jumpstart one this time, though. Garruk's Companion, 2 green for a 3/2 with Trample. It's okay. Not an old school. Boros Elite, 1 white for a 1/1 with Battalion. When this thing and at least 2 other creatures attack, this thing gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's not bad. Shepherding Spirits, 4 and 2 white for flying, with also Plane Cycling 2, and it's a 4/5. From Duskmourn. Duress. Ooh, that's a neat artwork for Duress. I haven't seen that one before, I don't think. Pretty cool. Duress is always a favorite of mine to pull, for sure. And Shattered Wings. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying, then surveil 1. Again, space set. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Good first pack. Definitely, so far, the card to beat is Reaping the Rewards, I think. At least in my opinion, for the old school factor and the fact that you could actually play this multiple times in a turn. If you sacrifice all your lands, you could, in theory, survive like final attack or something from someone. Not that you'd be able to do much the following turn because you wouldn't have any lands, but just saying, it's an interesting card. You could technically tap a white and then sacrifice that white too, which would be neat. So there's lots of things you can do with that card. Ooh, I like it when you get a different colored back. Often I think that means that you're either going to get something old school or that you're going to just get something that's from a weird printing that I haven't seen before. Intrepid Provisioner. 3 and a green for 3/3 with trample, and when it enters the battlefield, another target human you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Eh. Unlicensed Disintegration. 1, black, and red. Destroy target creature. If you control an artifact, this thing deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. That's kind of neat. I like the artwork on that one. Ooh, a yummy Violer! Always good to pull an extra one of those. Again, a little expensive for the ability, but I mean, you're going to get to draw a card, and when it dies, you're also going to get to your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put one into your hand, and put them in your hand, so that's not bad. Non-human Cannonball. It's okay. Updraft Elemental. 2 and a blue for 1/4 with flying. That's not terrible. I do like the artwork. There is the classic Duress artwork. I like the other one better, I think, to be honest, but never upset to pull a Duress. Vampire Warlord. That's a new one for me. 4/2. 4 and a black for 4/2. Sacrifice another creature, regenerate this. That's expensive for not much of an ability. Mystic Restraints. 2 and 2 blue. You may play this thing anytime you would play an instant. It comes into play, tap enchanted creature. An enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Nice. I like the artwork on this. That's pretty cool. We got a Jenny again! Yay! We've pulled a lot of Jennies lately, though. But, I mean, she's a neat Time Lord soldier. And when I start building some white and red decks, there's definitely going to be a bunch of Jennies going into different copies of those, for sure. Okay. That is our first legendary of the day, too. And we got another old school card. Nice. Bone Harvest. 2 and a black. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. Draw a card at the beginning of your next turn's upkeep. Nice. That is a sick black enchantment. That is the pull of the day now. Destructive Digger. 3 tap, sacrifice an artifact or land, draw a card. Meh. Sphinx of New Prov. I'm going with New Prov. 2 white, 2 blue, 4/3 flying vigilance. Your spells your opponents cast that target this thing cost 2 more to cast. Nice. Silesia Guildgate. Beautiful artwork on that one. It's got the guild symbol too, which is nice. Mistforward River Turtle. 3 and a blue. Whenever this thing attacks, another target attacking non-human creature can't be blocked this turn. It's a 1/5. Meh. Feast of Blood. 1 and a blue, or 1 and a black. 1 and a blue, my god. 1 and a black. Cast this spell only if you control 2 or more vampires. Destroy target creature, you gain 4 life. That's kind of neat. Only works in a vampire deck, but still kind of neat. That pack had a few decent ones, for sure. Nothing crazy, but a few decent ones. 2 packs down. We're going to try and get through 3 packs, but I want to make sure that I don't run out of time, too, because I have limited space on my phone. Pack number 3. Let's see if you're nice to me. Oop, everything's upside down at the front. Okay, here we go. Bloodfray Giant. 2 and 2 red, trample, unleash. Okay. It's not terrible. Canopy Spider. Ooh, old school, nice. Canopy Spider can block creatures with flying, so it has reach, essentially. 1/3 for 1 and a green. Nice. Angelic Gift. I always love pulling this card. Enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and the enchanted creature gets flying. Awesome little aura. Annul. 1 blue, counter target artifact or enchantment spell. Ooh, space set again. Nice. And a really cheap, ooh, another pacifism. Damn. Wildwood Scourge. X in green for a 0/0, but it enters with X +1/+1 counters on it, and whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on a non-hydro creature, a +1/+1 counter on this thing. Okay. Curse of Surveillance. 4 and a blue, enchant creature at the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep. Any number of target players other than that player each draw cards equal to the number of curses attached to that player. Cool. I like that. Ooh, Wild Scarred Crag. It's a good one too. I like the artwork on it. And you gain a life. Red and white. We don't pull this one as often as we pull a bunch of the other ones, so. Glade Cover Scout, yeah. 1 green for a 1/1 with hexproof. Nice. That's pretty useful. If you can buff that, that's definitely going to be a threat on the board potentially. Incendiary Flow. 1 in a red. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature is dealt damage this way and it would die, it gets exiled. Okay. Natural State. 1 green, destroy target artifact enchantment with converted mana cost 3 or less. Neat. Unhallowed Phalanx. I like the artwork, but we don't need this card at all. Actually, no, this is actually a much better one than I thought it was. Never mind. I like this one. 4 in a black for a 1/13. Comes into play tapped is the only downside, but I do love this card. I forgot. I only have 1 or 2 copies of it, and I do not have this version of the artwork. I was thinking this was the white one that we always pull. Fork in the Road. 1 in a green. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them. Put 1 into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Huh. Interesting. Not sure if I like that choice. Opt. Decent instant for sure. And Beamsaw Prospector. 1 in a black for 2/1. When this thing dies, create a lander. Okay. So far, pretty good stuff. I think Bone Harvest is definitely the card to beat still, though, for the day. I'm going to put that one to the top of the pile. I don't know if you guys can see the pile over on my leg here or not. Kind of. Where are we at for time? Okay, I think I can get through 2 more packs real quick. As long as I can do this within less than 20 minutes, we are good. We are good. Then I have to run into Walmart and grab some butter super quick. And go home to see Kaiba. Ooh, I like this Terramorphic Expanse. The artwork on this one is sick. Is that Lord of the Rings? The earth groaned and quaked, the towers of the teeth swayed and teetered. And... Yes, it is. Oh, I got a Lord of the Rings Terramorphic Expanse. Nice. Awesome. Yummy Vita Eldar. Classic card for a green deck. I mean, seriously, if you playing green and you're not playing that, you're hurting yourself. Questionable Cuisine. 3 in a black. Return up to 2 target creature cards from a graveyard to your hand. Create a food token for each trash can you can see from your seat. Hence why it's an acorn card. Psychic Impetus. Goad a creature, or a creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded, and you get to scry whenever the enchanted creature attacks. It's not terrible, but I hate goad, of course. Momentary Blink. Exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it's got flashback. Only works in a white and blue deck, unfortunately, though. That's the downside. Suntail Hawk. 1 white for a 1/1 with flying. That's a classic. Haven't seen that one in a long time. Beautiful artwork on it, too. I like that. Skull Scab. A blue and a black for a 2/2 with exploit. Whenever a creature you control exploits a non-token creature, create a 2/2. Ooh, that is cool. I like that a lot. Forbidden Alchemy. 2 and a blue. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Flashback 6 and a black. Okay. Ooh, Throne of the High City. We got another Lord of the Rings land. Nice. Always nice to pull an extra one of these because you can actually use this to introduce Monarch into the game, which is cool. There's a lot of games where Monarch is an extra fun component to throw in. 1 in a green. Target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. Okay. Stonehorn Chanter. 5 in a white. 4/4. This thing gains Vigilance and Lifelink until end of turn if you pay 5 in a white. That's expensive. Expensive to put into play. Expensive to get its ability. Probably not going to use it. Cry of the Carnarium. 1 and 2 black. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Exile all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. If a creature would die this turn, it also gets exiled. Neat. Cemetery Recruitment. Aw, we got a Liliana card. I love Liliana. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. If it is a zombie, draw a card. Nice. Searing Barrage. 4 in a black. Deals 5 damage to target creature. If at least 3 red mana was spent to cast this spell, this thing deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. Nice. And I don't really care for fresh-faced recruit. I've pulled that plenty of times. It's not really a amazing card. It has first strike on your turn. It's not terrible, but it's very weak. Easy to die. Last pack. Then I want to get home, get this posted, and get some sleep if Kaiba lets me. If not, then we'll see what he wants to do today. I do have one more splash pad video I'm trying to get together for you guys, and I have a couple other Kaiba videos to get out this week too, so keep an eye out for those. -4, -0 until end of turn, investigate, chases scrutiny. Okay. Hard evidence. Create a 0/3 blue crab creature token and investigate it. Alright. Hulking Daredevil, 5/2 for 3 and a red. Not really my thing. Jayemdea Tome. 4. Pay 4, tap, draw a card. Meh. Lifelink. 1 white, enchanted creature is lifelink. No way! That's surprising. I actually kind of like this card. It's very, very simplistic. I like the artwork on it. That's really cool. Wizards of the Blank, 2 and 2 blue. It is an unset card, but surprisingly not an acorn one, so technically you can play that one. We pulled another Prairie Stream. Nice. Always good to pull extra copies of that, so that you can search for them in various decks. Emissary of the Sleepless, 4 and a white, 2/4 flying spirit. When it enters the battlefield, if a creature died this turn, you get to put a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Zendikar Farguide, 4 and a green for a 3/3 with Forest Walk. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's very good for decks that like Forest Walk stuff. Torpid Moloch, 1 red for 3/2 with Defender, and sacrifice 3 lands. This thing loses Defender until end of turn. That's disturbingly bad. Ember Eye Wolf, 1 and a red for a 1/2 haste. Gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Okay. Berserkers of Blood Ridge, 4 and a red for a 4/4 attacks each turn of Fable. Eh. Scab Goliath, 5 and a blue, 6/9. As an additional cost, you have to exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard, and it has trample. Nice. We pulled this guy last time. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up using him or not in a zombie deck, but I do like the fact that he is stacked. And he has trample. Ooh, we pulled Lifelink twice in the same pack. Well, that is definitely the hit of this pack, at least. Zombie Infestation. Discard 2 cards, create a 2/2 zombie creature token. Oh, that's an enchantment, though. So you can do that often, as long as you have a hand to do it with. Nice. Okay. Well, we've definitely pulled some really interesting stuff today. Lots of neat old school cards. I'm still saying that Bone Harvest is definitely the pull of the day, though. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library and then draw at the beginning of your next turn. You can basically, I mean, as long as you know that you're going to be able to draw those cards and use them right away, you can basically recycle your whole library, essentially. And I mean, imagine using this with Sir Conrad. Like, that's insane. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Dollarama Draws of Destiny! Much love to you all from Kaiba at home and I in the cart. You take care. Have a great Tuesday. Bye!